Hello and welcome to the Ambient Stack. I want to show you what building applications for the web could look like. And I'm going to be doing that by demoing a small app for daily stand-ups. It's allows for teams to come in and asynchronously give their daily stand-up and records it for posterity and for review. Now, what I want you to pay attention to while I do this is all the things I'm not doing. I'm not going to spin up any servers. I'm not going to sign up for a bunch of API accounts. I'm not going to, sign up for Firebase or anything like that. This is all going to happen peer-to-peer in the browser with no other third party. So what I have over here is Alice and Bob. I'm going to scroll down on Bob's down to here just to show you what happens when Alice starts to typing. I plan on being excellent today. And you can see that real time over here, Alice's stand-up is coming into Bob's updates. Let's scroll down on over here on Alice, and Bob can type, I plan on fixing all the things today. And you can see that the real-time Bob came in on Alice's screen, and Bob's here. Now, this is a completely peer-to-peer app. The storage is in the network. There's no central service doing push. It's all over the IPFS network. If I refresh the page, you can actually see that the state will come in from Alice over here. You see the state shows up because Alice had the state. Again, all peer-to-peer, and everything is kept in sync for the team. So already that's pretty cool, right? I didn't actually have to spin up any servers. We have a new team. You can see that right now, though, the application just allows the user to type in any name and to show up and participate in this team. So for a real app, what do you need? You need things like user login. So I'm going to show you what the Ambient Stack does here. So this is really cool. First of all, what we just saw was all done by just this couple of lines of code. So use decentralized database with a name, and then a reducer over here, which I'm sure will look familiar to anyone that's used to using any sort of React state handlers. But basically it says you pass in an update, which in this case is a stand-up, and we manipulate the state, and that's it. And then the Ambient Stack takes care of all the peer-to-peer logic of sending CRT updates between users in the peer-to-peer network. So already we have that. So now let's add users. Super simple. We just turn on use ambient user. Down here, we're actually just going to set the user based on that username. We no longer need the form field to ask the user to type their name, so we'll comment that out. We'll save this. Now the next thing we're going to do is going to come over here in app, and we're not going to let the user show up on that page without being logged in. So authenticated route is really simple. It just says use the ambient user. If we're loading the user, show a loader. Otherwise, render the page or redirect to login. So if we go back to these pages, you can see that we just type in Alice. This will take us to a single sign-on page. This is provided by the Ambient Stack. Now, this identity, though, is a fully decentralized identity. It doesn't belong to Quorum Control or Tupelo or anyone providing the Ambient Stack. This user belongs to the user, and that's it. Portable between applications. Alice clicks allow. This will take her back to the home page. Over here, we'll go over to Bob. And you can see that both now Alice and Bob are logged in. The state is gone because this is a peer-to-peer network now. We don't have anything backing that state, but you can see that the system works as before. But now the users are authenticated. The Ambient Stack also includes features for controlling who can access these pages and things, but in the purposes of this demo, I'm going to skip over those for now. But you can see that the users come through. Now, let's say we want to add a persistence layer. The persistence layer is just as simple as everything else. So I'm going to show you, we're going to register a user. Now this is a developer user, but again, this is going to be a decentralized identity, not connected to any single company. I'm just going to connect to the network. We'll call this user dev2, and we'll add a super secret password. Boom. Now we're going to add a app, connect to the network again. This time I'm going to be logged in as this dev2 account. I call the app demo because that's the name that we used in the application. Say yes, we'd like to use a decentralized database. What this is going to do is add a persistence layer now to the peer-to-peer network. Now this is provided by a company. However, it's decentralized like email. Anyone can choose to run these things. You can move from company to company. It's infrastructure that's not very app specific, and so it's really portable. Now if we go back to the browser and we see that we refresh both browsers, now this in the past would have lost the state, but because we've registered the application, you can see that the state comes back in. And that's it. You can build really complicated collaborative applications, all acting as if the storage was completely local. The Ambient Stack takes care of the users, takes care of persistent storage, takes care of the peer-to-peer network communication, and lets you just focus on building really interesting real-time peer-to-peer applications that save you money and are easier to build than traditional applications.